Good greetings! My name is Teacher Lizette, and for today's video, I am going to show you the context of the lesson plan that I made. So it is just a semi-detailed lesson plan with the topic crochet tools, materials, and their function. So this topic is for the grade 7. So it is just getting to know the subject and the materials and tools used in this subject, and also that will help the students understand the context of the subject. So let's start. I will be showing to you a PowerPoint presentation of my semi-detailed lesson plan. As we can see here in the first page of our PowerPoint presentation, we can see the topic, the tools and materials used in crochet and their function. So, proceed to the next slide. We have here the contents. So first, we will be talking about, of course, the objective, the subject matter, the procedure, the assignment, and lastly, the reflection that we will be discussing later on. So first, we will be talking about the objective. So in this lesson, the students are expected to do the following: the cognitive, learn and understand the basic use of crochet tools and materials and their function. Affective, show compassion and patience in understanding the basic use of crochet tools and materials. The psychomotor, apply the usage of crochet tools and materials during the activity. And the second part, which is the subject matter. So we have here the topic, crochet tools and materials and their function. So here are the references. So I just search online for the information that is inside this semi-detailed lesson plan. Next, we have the materials. So the materials we are going to use are projector, the PowerPoint presentation, pictures of tools and materials used in crochet, and also hook and yarn for our activity later on, and of course the scissor. The part 3, the procedure. So A, pre-discussion proper. So the motivation quote of the day: the beginning is the most important part of any work, according to Plato. So in this motivation, the students will be asked to interpret this message and how this message relate to them, and how they will use this message to be encouraged to do the activities in this topic. So under the pre-discussion proper, letter B, discussion or the presentation. So in this section of the procedure, we are going to know the tools and materials used for crochet and their function with pictures. So as you can see here, I have a picture of a hook and its definition. So the pupil will be able to understand what is the hook for in crochet. And of course, it will be followed by a further discussion by the teacher. Next, we have the needle threader, and next we have the needle, the stitch markers, the thimble, the tape measure. So that is all for the tools used in crochet making. So next we have the materials. We only have 2 for the materials, which are the yarn and the thread. So as we can see here in the picture, and their function. So it will be discussed to the students also, and also prior to the knowledge of the teacher, I will share my experience and my understanding of the subject. The letter C part of the pre-discussion proper, so the comprehension. This lesson shows students what are the tools and materials used in crocheting and their function. The teacher will show her students how to use the tools and materials in crocheting according to its function. So, as a teacher, I will also show the students a proper demonstration of the basic stitches in crocheting. So, I will be getting a video from the YouTube also. So, after the comprehension, after I present to the students an example of a basic stitch in crocheting, so next we have the application. So in the application, so I decided that it will be a supervised activity since all my students will be making their first chain in crocheting. So how to make a crochet chain. So we will be making a crochet chain with the students. So we have here the step 1. Make a slip knot in the crochet hook by 6 inches from the free end of the yarn. So in these steps, it is discussed what to do, and also we have here pictures to show the students a realistic image that they can refer from. So we have the step 1, the step 2, the step 3, 4, 5, and 6, which will be carried on by the teacher with further discussion and understanding of the subject. So it is indeed important that after the application, we will be able to assess the work of the students or their level of understanding of the subject. So at the end of the discussion, the tools and materials used in crocheting and learning how to use those tools and materials, the teacher will give the students a formative test that will measure their level of understanding of the lesson. So they will do this in a 1/2 sheet of paper. So as we can see here in the box, we have the what I know. So the students here will put their prior knowledge of the subject. So in what I want to know, we will be assessing the students' interest of the subject. So here we will know that what will the students want to know, or what skills does the students want to know in this subject. And lastly, after discussing or after the discussion of the subject, what I have learned. So we will be assessing the knowledge of the students after the lesson. And now we arrive to the 4th part, which is the assignment. So directions. Research about the history of crochet. Make timeline of a graphic organizer to show the flow of the history of crochet. This assignment is worth 20 points to be checked to the next meeting. So this will be the assignment of the students after the lesson. This will be given and will be done at home. And lastly, we reach the part 5, the reflection. So the reflection, this lesson provided additional skills and knowledge to the students. Their prior knowledge to the topic was assessed, and to those students who have not yet experienced holding a crochet hook and yarn was supervised by the teacher from time to time for their questions. The patience of determination of the students to learn how to use the tools and materials used in crocheting was remarkable and progressive. This proves that they learned a lot from this lesson. So that is all for today's contextualization of the semi-detailed lesson plan that I made for my grade 7 students. So until next time, guys, goodbye!